can tell us.
Yeah, good morning, Joe. It was quite a day. We did a solid day, and it was Michael Cohen's third day in front of the Congress. Whatever you think of Michael Cohen, hats off for being able to do that 3 days straight. So I can't get into the substance, the details of what happened, but as you know, an additional day was scheduled next week, so you can draw a couple of conclusions from that. Because the cameras weren't running, because it was in private, we were actually able to get through a huge volume information, not interrupted by people playing to the cameras, and we've got another day scheduled next week. As the chairman said after the meeting yesterday, we learned a lot of new stuff. There were issues and things that came up that are going to, I think, be pursued not just by us but by others over time. And so, again, what you saw publicly was what happens in the Congress when the cameras are running. Yesterday was really a very interesting day with respect to a couple of issues that the committee and the Congress will be interested in.
Well, let me ask you, Congressman, are you going to be calling Jared and Ivanka to your committee to ask questions on the security clearance? It obviously is a real concern, not only to Democrats, but was such a concern to General Kelly when he was the president's chief of staff, that he voiced it in his loudest concerns and then said he was forced to sign off on it.
Yeah, Joe, I can't tell you if it's the Intelligence Committee, or you probably heard that Elijah Cummings, chairman of the Oversight Committee, indicated some interest in doing that. Look, at the end of the day, if the FBI and the CIA and others say we have qualms about giving this individual access to the most sensitive information we have, it's not because they don't like that individual, because they're participating in something political. It's that they understand that there are circumstances, it might have been business dealings, it might have been past misbehavior, that could give foreign powers leverage over somebody in a very sensitive position. Now remember, Jared Kushner is apparently negotiating, supposedly, this grand Middle Eastern peace plan. If there's somebody out there that's got leverage over him, that could be a very, very seriously compromising thing for a really important venture.
Now, going back to Cohen's testimony and what we learned from Cohen's testimony and all the investigations moving forward in the Southern District of New York, based on what we heard in the testimony, how much more likely do you think what we learned this week about Donald Trump and his actions both out of office and in office, how much more likely do you think it makes possible impeachment proceedings moving forward?
It's a really interesting question, Joe. And, as you know, the Democrats got elected on a bunch of promises about reducing health care costs and helping the economy and reducing corruption. And, every time we get that question, of course, we have a conversation that is not about those things that we got elected on. But look, the fact remains that there are at least 4 or 5 areas where there is very credible evidence that the president committed very serious crimes. Look, America saw a signed check.
Can you name just name 1 or 2 of those that would be grounds, if not in this Congress, let's just say generically, grounds for another Congress, another time in a galaxy long ago and far, far away?
Look, you don't even need to put it that way, and I can give you 3. Let's see if I can do it quickly. Number 1, Michael Cohen showed checks that the president wrote while he was president to reimburse Michael Cohen for paying hush money to a porn star. Did it apparently while he was president in the White House. Remember, we impeached one president back in the 1990s for having an illicit affair and lying about it. This president had apparently an illicit, and I'm saying allegedly because, we haven't actually had impeachment proceedings or a trial, had an illicit affair, lied about it, and then wrote checks for hush money in the White House. Number 1. Number 2, apparently, and again, this is alleged, the president had a conference call, if Michael Cohen is to be believed, in which Roger Stone told him that WikiLeaks was about to dump information on Hillary Clinton. 3 days later, the president goes on national TV and invites Russia perhaps what he has been told that they are doing. That is evidence. It's evidence. It's not a conclusive of conspiracy. There are questions about whether the White House worked with Michael Cohen to alter his testimony and around Moscow's Trump Tower.
Well, yeah.
That raise, yeah.
Yeah, no, I just want to say, as far as number 2 goes, as far as a smoking gun goes, the same day that Donald Trump asked Russia to get involved as these communications were going back and forth was when the GRU, according to the Mueller report, or one of the Mueller indictments, was when the GRU actually started going after even more information.
No, that's right. And look, we need to be careful about how we talk about these things. You know, sometimes people hear the word impeachment and they think, well, that is removing the president. No. Look, if the Department of Justice believes that a president cannot be indicted, but there is a huge amount of evidence that would implicate the president, impeachment is a trial. It is a consideration of behavior and whether that behavior is consistent with being president. So if the DOJ says we've got a whole bunch of evidence that the president misbehaved, but we can't indict the president, what is the accountability mechanism? So again, on the one hand, Democrats have got to focus on what got us elected, but if there is compelling evidence that the president committed crimes, and it sure looks like there is an awful lot of that evidence out there, we're in a little bit of a box because the DOJ is telling us you are the only mechanism for accountability in the face of evidence of presidential wrongdoing.
Well, Congressman, one thing that has concerned me, especially on Justice Department guidelines, has to do with the fact that we keep hearing people saying that a sitting president cannot be indicted. And yet, the federal crime, the felony that we are speaking of, the underlying crime of actually committing a campaign violation to hide campaign payments in the final days of a campaign, to hide an affair with a porn star, which helped him get elected by acting illegally, allegedly committing this felony, that actually would be the cause of him getting elected president. So can you really not indict a president for a crime that effectively made him the president?
Well, it's not people are saying, Joe. It is apparently official Justice Department policy that the president cannot be indicted. So
well,
let's just sort of
but what I'm saying, though, is should there be an exception to that policy? I understand the importance of that policy, but how does the Supreme Court not allow an indictment against a sitting president if he became a sitting president or would not have become a sitting president but for the crime he committed?
Well, Joe, here's the way I think about it. Whatever you think of the policy that the sitting president cannot be indicted, and of course there's all sorts of legal argument about that, here's what I think that means for the next possibly couple of weeks. If that, in fact, is the Justice Department policy, and there is meaningful evidence that the president committed a crime, and it already looks like there are, and by the way, there's more to come, then the Attorney General needs to understand that if it is his policy not to indict a president, he cannot step on Congress's prerogative to consider whether the body of evidence would warrant the consideration of impeachment. And that has implications for what he tells Congress and what he tells the public about what the Mueller investigation shows. That would suggest that the Attorney General, and remember, we're having this debate about how much gets told to Congress, the Attorney General must be comprehensive in what he tells the Congress if it is, in fact, his policy that the president can't be indicted.
All right, Congressman Jim Himes from the great state